It is a land of absolute extremes, a place where the very lungs of the earth breathe life into our world, and where ancient, untold mysteries sleep beneath endless emerald canopies. From the untamed depths of the Amazon to the vibrant, pulsing energy of its megacities, this is a nation forged by wild nature, complex history, and a rhythm unlike anywhere else on the planet. Beyond the famous beaches and the Carnival lies a story of survival, conquest, and breathtaking beauty. Welcome to Brazil. Covering nearly half of the continent, the Amazon rainforest is the undisputed king of the natural world. Here, the mighty Amazon River snakes through an endless sea of green. It holds 1/5 of all the fresh water on Earth. This dense jungle is home to creatures found nowhere else. From the silent, stalking jaguar to vibrant macaws painting the sky. But the Amazon is not just a forest. It is a living, breathing entity that regulates the climate of our entire planet. Deep within this emerald maze, far from the reach of modern civilization, live the true guardians of the Amazon. For thousands of years, indigenous tribes have thrived in perfect harmony with the jungle. To them, the forest is not just a resource. It is a sacred mother providing food, medicine, and spiritual guidance. Their painted faces, vibrant feathers, and ancient rituals tell stories of a world that time forgot. A world where every tree has a soul, and every river has a voice. But their ancestral home is shrinking. The relentless march of deforestation and modern industry threatens to erase their ancient way of life forever. Leaving the dense shadows of the jungle, the landscape opens up to thousands of miles of pristine golden coastline. These shores hold the echoes of a turbulent past. In the year 1500, a fleet of Portuguese ships pierced the horizon. They were searching for a route to India, but instead, they stumbled upon an unimaginable new world. They named it after the valuable pau-brasil tree. Soon, the coastline was transformed. The promise of endless sugar, tobacco, and gold drew thousands across the unforgiving Atlantic. However, this immense wealth came at a devastating human cost. The clash of civilizations would forever alter the bloodline and destiny of this land. Centuries of mixing indigenous, African, and European roots birthed a culture of unparalleled vibrance, a nation where rhythm is practically a religion. Nowhere is this pulsing energy more alive than in Rio de Janeiro, the marvelous city. Nestled between towering granite peaks and the deep blue Atlantic, it is a place of breathtaking beauty. Here, the heartbeat of samba echoes through the street. During Carnival, the entire city explodes in a mesmerizing spectacle of feathers, sequins, and pure joy. But beneath the glittering shadow of Sugarloaf Mountain lies a city of stark contrasts. The sprawling favelas climb the hillsides, holding both deep economic struggles and an unbreakable human spirit. In the narrow alleys of the favelas and on the sun-drenched beaches of Copacabana, a different kind of rhythm takes over. Here, football is not just a sport, it is a religion. From barefoot children kicking a ball in the dust to the roaring crowds of the legendary Maracanã Stadium, the beautiful game unites a divided nation. Brazil didn't just play football, they transformed it into pure art. As the only nation to play in every single World Cup, the legendary yellow jersey has conquered the globe a record 5 times. They are the Pentacampeões, a team that gave the world immortal icons and redefined how the sport is played. But the soul of Brazil is also found in its flavors. As the sun sets, the streets come alive with the scent of sizzling meats and vibrant spices, an intoxicating mix of indigenous, African, and Portuguese culinary traditions. Whether it is the slow-roasted perfection of a traditional churrasco or a steaming bowl of feijoada, the national dish born from the hands of enslaved Africans, every bite tells a story of survival, community, and celebration. Leaving the sun-drenched beaches and vibrant street festivals behind, we enter a completely different world. Welcome to São Paulo, the undisputed economic powerhouse of Latin America. This concrete jungle is a mesmerizing ocean of skyscrapers that seemingly never ends. Home to over 20 million people, the rhythm here is no longer samba. It is dictated by ambition, wealth, and a relentless urban hustle. But if São Paulo is the pulsing engine of the country, then Brasília is its wildest dream. In the 1950s, the nation made a radical decision to build a brand new capital from scratch, deep in the barren heartland. Constructed in just 41 months, this utopian metropolis was designed in the shape of a giant airplane. With its sweeping, white, UFO-like architecture, Brasília stands as a bold monument to a country that is always rushing toward the future. Leaving the concrete giants behind, we journey to the deep south, where nature reclaims its absolute dominance. Spanning the border, the Iguazu Falls are a deafening roar of nearly 300 individual cascades. It is a display of raw, terrifying power. Upon seeing them, former US First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt famously whispered, "Poor Niagara." But water shapes Brazil in more ways than one. In the center of the continent lies the Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland on Earth. While the Amazon hides its secrets beneath a thick canopy, the Pantanal leaves its wildlife completely exposed. It is the ultimate safari of the Americas, where millions of caimans, capybaras, and the elusive jaguar rule the flooded plains. Leaving the wetlands behind, we travel to the sun-baked northeast. Here lies the state of Bahia, the undeniable soul of Afro-Brazilian culture. Its capital, Salvador, was the first capital of Brazil and the dark heart of the transatlantic slave trade. Today, however, it stands as a powerful, vibrant testament to the resilience of the African spirit. In the cobblestone streets of the Pelourinho district, history is alive. It is heard in the hypnotic beat of the drums and seen in the deadly dance of capoeira, a martial art disguised as a dance by enslaved Africans fighting for their freedom. Here, the sacred and the everyday blend seamlessly. The vibrant colors, the spicy scent of street food, frying in palm oil, and ancient rituals create an atmosphere that feels less like South America and more like a proud extension of Africa. Leaving the rhythmic streets of Bahia, we venture further north into a landscape that defies logic. A place that looks less like Earth and more like a distant, undiscovered planet. Welcome to Lençóis Maranhenses. At first glance, it appears to be a vast, blindingly white desert. But look closer. Nestled between the towering sand dunes are thousands of crystal-clear blue lagoons. This is no mirage. For half the year, torrential rains flood the valleys between the dunes, creating a temporary, surreal oasis. Stretching for hundreds of square miles, it is a masterpiece sculpted entirely by wind and water, a silent, shifting labyrinth where nature plays tricks on the mind. Leaving the scorching dunes behind, we travel to the deep south. Here, the tropical heat fades, replaced by misty, rolling green hills and a surprisingly crisp climate. This is a Brazil few outsiders ever see. These vast pampas are ruled by the Gauchos, the legendary cowboys of South America. Bound by a strict code of honor, masterful horsemanship, and a rugged way of life, they are the undisputed masters of the plains. But the South holds another visual shock. In towns like Blumenau and Gramado, you might think you've stumbled into a 19th century German village or a Swiss alpine retreat. This is the legacy of millions of European immigrants who crossed the ocean seeking a new beginning. They brought their architecture, their vineyards, and their traditions, adding yet another vibrant thread to the complex tapestry of the Brazilian nation. But Brazil's breathtaking beauty isn't just found on the vast plains or roaring waterfalls. Deep in the heart of the country, a hidden, crystal-clear world awaits. Welcome to Bonito. Here, a massive concentration of limestone acts as a natural filter for the rivers. The result? Water of unimaginable, flawless clarity. Drifting beneath the surface feels like flying through an underwater jungle. Massive schools of vibrant fish navigate through submerged forests, completely unafraid of human visitors. And hidden beneath the earth are colossal caverns. The Blue Lake Cave holds a subterranean pool, so deeply, intensely blue, it looks like a glowing portal to another dimension. Emerging from the crystal depths, we fly to the extreme northern border. Here, rising high above the rainforest canopy, are the tepuis, ancient, flat-topped mountains that look like massive islands floating in the sky. The most famous is Mount Roraima. Surrounded by sheer vertical cliffs and shrouded in eternal mist, its isolated ecosystem inspired the legendary novel, The Lost World. It is a fortress of stone where time simply stopped millions of years ago. Descending from these prehistoric heights back into the Amazon basin, we witness another of nature's impossible spectacles near the city of Manaus, the meeting of the waters. For nearly 4 miles, the dark, coffee-colored Rio Negro runs directly side by side with the sandy, muddy Amazon River without ever mixing. A mesmerizing, two-toned artery pumping life through the heart of the continent. Leaving the mighty rivers of the mainland behind, we soar hundreds of miles into the deep blue of the Atlantic. Here, rising from the volcanic depths, is Brazil's most fiercely protected paradise, Fernando de Noronha. This isolated archipelago is a sanctuary where nature dictates the rules. With visitor numbers strictly capped and environmental laws strictly enforced, it remains one of the few places on Earth where marine life flourishes exactly as it did centuries ago. Beneath the jagged, volcanic peaks of Morro do Pico, the pristine waters are home to the largest concentration of resident spinner dolphins in the world. Every morning at sunrise, they return to the bay, a daily, acrobatic ballet of absolute freedom. It is a beacon of hope and a powerful reminder. This volcanic Eden proves that humanity and wild, untamed nature can still exist together in perfect, respectful balance. Brazil is not just a country on a map. It is a living, breathing paradox. From the silent, ancient depths of the Amazon to the concrete canyons of its megacities. From the deafening roar of the Iguazu Falls to the hypnotic beat of the Bahian drums. It is a nation forged by extreme nature, complex history, and the unbreakable, vibrant spirit of its people. A world moving to a rhythm that simply never stops. This is Brazil, the Untamed Giant. Thank you for watching Stories of Our World. If you enjoyed the journey, leave a like, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover another incredible story of our planet.